Executives View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille and Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executives View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executives View. This is the view from on top. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down, man. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places, and definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself, man. I got a couple of brothers that are sitting here ready to chop it up and talk about everything around the world of sports. Villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Villain, I'm good. What's going on with you?
You know what? This weather, the sinuses are kicking my behind. I was singing "End of the Road" earlier today. I was calling my mama and pastor, making plans, man. It's almost time for me to go. It's time for me to go, man. Good God. Other than that, I'm doing good, man. Larry, what's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Man, quit being a baby, bro. You ain't going nowhere, bro. Quit being a baby. Suck it up,
Get
man.
a pacifier.
Yeah. I need all that. I need all that. All that.
Man, quit being a baby, bro.
I am the world's biggest baby when I'm sick. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't feel. I want my mama. I want some chicken noodle soup.
Put your big boy pants on, man.
They on. I want to drive to my mama's house. I ain't gonna hold you. I want to drive to my
and your daddy probably like, man, take your butt back home.
Exactly what my dad was saying. You know how my pops get down. Man, get your behind on somewhere.
Hey, look, hey, we gotta get your pops to come on a regular show, bro.
I know.
Get your pops to come on.
You know what? I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
Yeah, tell him to pop through, man. Holla at your boys.
Yeah, we need another vet on the squad besides Chandler.
Chandler. My man CK, man. Shout out to him. Hopefully he pops in a little later. But with that being said, I wanted to kind of get you guys in and out on today. We got a lot to talk about, and not a lot of time to break it down, man. For starters, Jordan Addison has been suspended by the NFL for 3 games. And I, for one, am annoyed. Not so much that he got suspended because we all saw this coming, but Rashee Rice is still running free and doing his thing, Thizzle, and his suspension is not going to come until possibly in this offseason. I know my man Larry is passionate about this, so I'm going to let him bat lead off here first, and then, Villain and I clean it up, man. Larry, talk to me. Where's your head at, my guy?
Okay, so this is my thing about the whole deal with Addison, right? When Rashee Rice was going through his thing, right? We knew about the Addison. We knew about, Addison was in trouble. And we was like, okay, well, they probably gonna get suspended around the same time, right? Rashee Rice gets hurt. We all thought he was gonna get suspended way before that because I put it like this: Rashee Rice was doing things that were more egregious. Like, dude literally could have killed people and walked away from the accident. He literally got into it with the guy. We took his camera, and he was literally just being a malcontent, right? Just getting into too much stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So we were all like, okay, he's going to get suspended. No suspension comes down. No fine comes down. Not saying that it was the lesser of two evils, but how does Jordan Addison get suspended before Rashee Rice gets suspended when the NFL been knowing about Rashee Rice for well over a year now? Well over a year, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I kind of go, and it really irks me because the NFL, they read these headlines just like everybody else do, right? They see people been complaining about the Chiefs. The Chiefs getting too many breaks. The Chiefs getting too many calls. The Chiefs getting this, right? So we all thought he was going to get suspended last year. So now that they know that they've seen these tea leaves, that people are talking about them getting all these breaks, and the Vikings receiver gets suspended before he does, like, we would have thought this suspension would have been came down. And I'll go even further. This is why I think I get a little irritated with it. We've seen guys get suspended for a whole year for lesser. We've seen guys get 6-8 games for lesser, right? So by them not saying nothing, by other guys getting suspensions before him, is that kind of the writing on the wall that he's going to
Larry?
So it's not just me.
Okay,
right?
so yeah. Hey,
Yeah, I don't think,
you broke up there in the middle, man.
yeah, my bad. So like I said, I don't think that they're on par with each other. I don't think that they are I don't think that they're equals. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the thing is, dog, and I'm gonna pop in and then I'm gonna let Villain talk and we can ping pong this back and forth for if you want. I think the thing is here is that I have never beat the drum talking about collusion, talking about favoritism, talking about any of that. I just don't subscribe to that. I also feel as though each individual case, each individual situation has a life and a merit on its own. I really do. However, to your point, Larry, the two individuals um got in trouble at the same amount of time. You
Yeah.
feel me? And so I don't understand why Addison came down this year and Rice is evidently going to take place in the off season or whatever the case may be. Um,
I'll go even further, dude, and I'm gonna pitch it over to y'all. This is what's even more puzzling about this whole thing. They already notified Jordan Addison he was gonna get suspended in between 3 to 6 games, right?
right.
You have not heard a peep, a word, nothing about Rashee Rice's suspension.
I'm reading something now. I mean, it's a Kansas City Chief blog, though. Take that for what you will. But it pretty much says, excuse me, pretty much said with the Jordan Addison news coming down, Rashee Rice and the Kansas City Chiefs now have somewhat of a time frame or of a blueprint of what Rice may end up getting. But here's the catch with the Rice thing: he's not even going to trial or anything like that until March of
No,
next year.
that's the civil suit. So
Right.
the criminal one has already been handed down. And he got the slap on the wrist. We said Jerry Jones must have pulled some strings for the NFL out there because he got the slap on the wrist.
Right.
But the criminal case is already resolved. So how did he not get suspended at the same time Jordan Addison, or even before him? Because the accident he had was before Jordan Addison even got in trouble.
Correct. Villain, talk to me, man. Where'd you head out with all this, my guy?
You know, mute.
I know I didn't say a word. No, I mean, it's. I'm trying to be calm, trying to be chill, be good.
Nah, don't be chill. Just be clean.
It's weird because Rice is rehabbing the knee injury, right? So that I don't know if that comes into play, if that's a factor. Like I have no idea, but the fact that he's he was sentenced last month, to 30 days in jail, 5 years probation, right? In the high speed incident, and it was a multi car collision, and nothing. You know what I mean? Like when I think it came out, we talked about it. You're right. It was in Dallas and all that good stuff. But that was in the spring. That was months ago. And what are we? We're not hearing anything. Jordan Addison gets 3 games, and probably fairly suspended. But why are we getting one and not the other? It's not the same, right? It's a substance abuse policy. But I mean, what are we waiting for? What's the holdup? What's the delay? And everybody wants to have the conspiracy theory about the Kansas City Chiefs and how they get special treatment, right? And this doesn't do anything to
Calm that down.
those to calm those flames down, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's two different it's two different charges, but in the same vein. I mean, it was a DUI, right? And he pled no contest, but it's just the optics of it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? And if anything, if Addison didn't serve any jail time, got the 12-month probation and paid a fine and got 3 games, Rasheed better at least get 6 games. You know what I mean?
Now let me ask you this question though. I mean, again, do you feel as though even if he got 6 games, he would serve the 6, or you think he would appeal it and have it knocked down to
what's the appeal?
3?
What's to appeal? You know what I mean? Like you're
on video. You're on video.
You're on video in a collision.
I'm watching the video now.
Drag racing. What is there to appeal?
I mean, he's done good in the community, and he's kept his nose clean, and a bunch of others. I mean, again, you and I both know that when these suspensions and punishments are handed down, that the player tends to go and seek appeal, and whatever it is tends to get cut in half. It's kind of like backup time. Like, all right, if you F up again, I'm gonna give you your backup time plus this. I mean, we all understand how this criminal genre works. So, in the case of Rice, I mean, I'm watching the multi-vehicle collision right now on YouTube. It's right here in front of me. He doesn't have basis to stand on for a reduced sentence. And again, we're not judges, we're not NFL, what case may be, but would you be okay? Or would you consider the case closed if the 6-8 game suspension and it got knocked down to 3 or 4?
I mean, no. But honestly, we've seen the track record of the NFL. The amount of games that you get for the punishment that never fits the crime. I mean, I've seen dudes get suspended more for less. You know what I mean? So there's no menu that says, all right, DUI 5 games, car crash 10 games,
Yeah.
Sex abuse full year, banned for life. There's no playbook for it, and they kind of just go by the seat of their pants. And I wish there was like a set playbook for this kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, it was reckless, it was dangerous, and I think it wasn't his first incident. If I'm not, I don't want to. And I'm talking about Rice. I don't want to. I think it was his second incident or something like that. I don't want to be incorrect. I have to do the fact check on that. But
right.
It was reckless, and he definitely needs to learn, especially at 25. He needs to learn a lesson. Probably needs to be made an example of, so it doesn't happen again.
Dude, you know what? And I'm gonna say this, right? And this is where I think that people get more upset about the whole Rasheed Rice thing, right? People forget he wasn't suspended last year. He was hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt, right? We've seen guys get put on the commissioner's list for less. Guys that have had pending charges, pending criminal charges, get put on the commissioner's list. This dude wasn't even put on the commissioner's list. Dude, what's his name? Greg Hardy been on the commissioner's list.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb was on the commissioner's list.
Lamb was on the commissioner's list. Rasheed Rice was on the commissioner's list.
Yeah, bro. Rasheed Rice, he wasn't on.
No. Ray Rice
was. Dude, it's dudes that's been on the. Dude, Reuben Foster. I'm an honest fan. Reuben Foster was on the commissioner's list. Dude, it's been dudes on the commissioner's list that's been pending charges, and this dude. I know how some people on this show feel about it. Deshaun Watson was never even criminally charged, and he was on the commissioner's list. This dude is not even on the commissioner's list. I mean, he's been able to play for the past year and some change. He's been able to play and not even be on the commissioner's list.
And I think that's the big folly, right, Larry? Like the fact that you got caught doing this. What is it, a 6-car accident, and you're not on you're allowed to play.
That's show up in the team facility, take the team picture,
show up in the facilities, show up to meetings, travel with the team, and play.
He was on the sideline at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
there's no checks and balances. There's no, all right, if you do something wrong, it's really how you impact the shield. How do you make the shield look? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's at the end of the day what the commissioner's list is for. That's why Deshaun Watson was on the commissioner's list, because no matter the fact that he had no criminal charges were brought against him, you made the shield look bad.
The nature of the accused is so heinous that we need to put you on a list, but having a multiple vehicle car crash is okay. Taking a substance.
Barry, I'll echo what you say. What you say, Barry. They still don't know what was in that bag that he took out the car.
Yes.
Remember, he took a bag out the car.
He took a bag out the car, yeah.
So they still don't know what was in that bag. So, yeah, bro, you talking about making it look bad in the optics of it? It's like, like I said, it's one of those things where I feel like if it was anybody else that wasn't on the Chiefs, they would have at least been on the commissioner's exempt list and not playing, not around the team, nothing else. But because he is on that team, and people have been all these rumblings about them getting all these breaks, them getting all this preferential treatment, that even more made it seem like Roger Goodell should have been like, okay, look, I'm gonna put him on the list. He hurt. It wouldn't even make no difference because he was hurt, but he didn't even do that.
Just to shut the people up.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, just shut the people up.
Right.
Nothing else. And I think that's the more egregious part of it, because you seeing guys getting suspended now. It's been like 2 or 3 players get suspended this year for like PEDs already.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so you can pop somebody first for PEDs, and you get an automatic suspension for that. But you could pop somebody for PEDs, but you got this guy on camera walking down the freeway. He went back to get the bag, by the way. So
he walked back there.
He was in the bag. So he went back to go get the bag, but the dude don't even get not even a slap on the wrist, not even a like my always say, a mini nata, like nothing, bro, nothing, bro. Like this, that's the part about it, I think that's gonna piss people off. Now on the flip side, I will say this: when the suspension comes down, if it's not something really severe, of course they're gonna peel it down. It got to be something really severe. Roger got to save face. He got to save face, and it got to be something really severe that he hand down.
Here's the thing: if it's under 10, this was off or not.
Yeah,
if it's under 10, it's under 10. This is off or not.
But then I'm gonna go even further, and I think you guys will probably echo too. Is that I think that Roger is gonna have to put a little bit of a hammer down, because if you see somebody like Rashee Rice get a slap on the wrist, then now guys in the future that get in trouble, they're gonna be like, no. You gave him a slap on the wrist, so where's my slap on the wrist? And that's gonna open up a whole can of worms.
I mean, but the thing is, to your point, Larry, the can of worms has already been opened.
Yeah, it's open now
because there is, to Villain's point, there is no book, there is no manual, there is no line, there is no, we don't know what the penalty is for the crimes or for the type of crimes or whatever. Like you can't name every single thing in a book that you could potentially do, but you can get in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing like that. So they are just arbitrarily just making it up as they go. So to your point, the can of worms is already open. Pandora's box is already open. And it's just a free-for-all for handing out punishments, which is another reason as to why it wouldn't shock me that if Rashee Rice gets 10 games, if he gets 12 games, it's going to be knocked down to 6. It's going to be knocked down to 5 because he's going to automatically appeal it, because there's no rule. There is no bar. He didn't know what the punishment was. So why should I be held to all of my punishment when I didn't know what it was?
Yeah, I mean, I
You
feel
didn't know what the punishment was, or you didn't know that you were doing something wrong.
He didn't know what the punishment was. Like, let's keep it a being with you. Like, we all have played Russian roulette with things we shouldn't play Russian roulette with, and we knew that, hey, if we get in trouble, this is what we're facing. He had no idea. So
He had no idea. We're talking about Rice, or we're talking about Addison?
I'm talking about right. I mean, Addison is fine. Like, I mean, Addison's gonna take us 3 games. He's gonna sit for the first
we're
month
talking
of the year
about Rice. Like, nobody ever in the history of ever drove and caused a car accident.
I'm not saying
doing 119 miles an hour
119
on the highway.
Right. People lucky they survived. They lucky.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. He's lucky that he's not charged with manslaughter.
Correct. Yeah. But the thing is,
I'm sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Well, I mean,
that's what we doing.
Henry Ruggs.
That's what we do. We're doing Dave Chappelle. Like,
you're doing Dave Chappelle.
I didn't know I couldn't do
that. Yeah. Like I say, dude, think about it. Like I say, Henry Ruggs. The only difference is that Henry Ruggs did a homicide.
Yeah,
like, that's the only difference.
That's the only difference, yeah.
Like, dude, like, you know what? And this is my thing about the whole like, say with the Rashee Rice. Like you said, you play Russian roulette. You keep getting in trouble. You kept getting in more trouble. Like, remember we was on this show and we was like, dude, what is wrong with this dude? Like, why you keep getting in trouble, right? That's what makes it even egregious that Roger Goodell didn't say, you know what, dude, you got this open case. You keep getting in trouble. I'm gonna put you on the list. Like, you know, it was like one of the things where if you see guys and they're like, okay, Roger put them on the list because they got in trouble and it looked bad for the league. And it's like, bro, you already did one thing that looked bad for the league. They did 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the 3rd incident he had 2, but it was like no charges or nothing brought against him, if I'm not mistaken. And we was like, dude, stay your butt out of trouble. Like, stay your butt at home or something. Like, who is his mentor? And if you
these guys don't have mentors, man. And again, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But these guys,
but I'm saying, if you that's like I said, Roger should have been like, hey, bro, look, you already in trouble for the first one. Look, the second one you did, man, now I gotta sit you down a little bit, bro. I gotta, you see it in the NBA. NBA, they get in trouble, they know they already in trouble. You get in more trouble. Just bring his name up, Ja Morant. You bring up the Ja Morant. Ja Morant got really suspended because he kept getting in trouble and kept doing stuff. And they was like, look, you already made us look bad on the first one. Now you did something else.
Right.
So now we got to sit you down.
Again, the thing is, like, comparing leagues, like the NBA, but with the NBA, you have somewhat of an idea of where the punishment could potentially fall. Like, mention Draymond Green. He know daggone going well. He kicked somebody, punched somebody, whatever. It's a wrap. But again, I'm not excusing Rasheed Rice's behavior because he should know that what he did is dumb and he needs to be punished. I just have a feeling based off of how these things tend to play out, what Rasheed Rice is going to do once the hammer is eventually handed down, and it's going to be cut in half. Moving right along.
I hate to say, like, it's gonna be really bad if they like, you know what, Hollywood Brown on the injury reserve. No, we're gonna wait another week. We're gonna wait till Hollywood Brown come back, then we're gonna suspend him. Wait.
Here's the thing. It wouldn't shock me, and again, this is that thing, like I said earlier, I typically do not buy into teams and organizations getting special treatment. But the way this whole thing is playing out, like, Jordan Addison got his punishment today. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask if Justin Jefferson hamstring was good. They didn't talk about Mike McCarthy, see how he was doing. None of that shit. That's his punishment handed down. We've been knowing about this for a year and some change with Rice.
Yep.
Knowing about this for a year. And again, it would have been smart for like, even if he was hurt, boom, take your suspension.
They haven't even talked about the parameters of his suspension. They've been talking about the parameters of Jordan Addison's suspension. They already said it was going to be 3 to 6, somewhere up in there. They haven't even talked about the parameters of his suspension.
Well, again, the article that I said, again, I mentioned it earlier off the Kansas City blog. They said, again, since Addison was 3 to 6 or whatever the case may be, they have a framework in which to potentially put Rashee Rice into. I don't know. I'm just shocked that the Rashee Rice suspension isn't coming until next year. So for those of us that play fantasy, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's been a year already, so I don't know.
Going to Super in the 6th round. Okay.
Look, the Chiefs lost that Super Bowl last year, so they gotta make it back again this year.
My damn nerves. With that being said, I wanted to talk Micah Parsons, Terry McLaurin real quick. This may get a little spicy. Shout out to my homie Steve in the chat, man. Miss you, big dog. How many more times can Jerry Jones open his mouth and complete word vomit shootout?
Shit is comical.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And the thing is, I kind of feel bad for Micah. Now, again, far be it for me to feel bad for a person wearing that stupid ass star. But Micah's done everything right, in my opinion. He showed up. He said the right things. He's not causing trouble off the field. He came to the Cowboys a season ago and was like, yo, let's try to get in front of this and get this thing done. Jerry's talking about not wanting to speak to agents or whatever case may be, which is weird because that's how this stuff gets done. Now Jerry's trying to backdoor it and saying that, hey, we had a conversation, but it didn't include it's so messy. And then Jerry came out, I think it was yesterday or on Sunday, and said, and I quote, I'm not sure if he's going to be ready to go by week 1. Villain, I'm going to start with you. This is your division guy. And if you want to loop Terry into this as well, you definitely can, because that's another conversation, another contract, another individual that I think is just way out of control, man. What's going on in your stupid division?
Sorry about that. Listen, I what did I say last week? What did I say? It's going to get worse and worse every day it goes on. And now what you're doing is you're basically out here. You're out here trying to trick this kid. I mean, and listen, Micah Parsons is not an angel, is not a saint. He stay on his podcast more than he stay, in the playoffs, talking during the season. It's all about having the star and actually winning in Dallas. That's the problem. But Jerry Jones hasn't talked to his agent and is saying, I made him a really good offer. You don't know how much I offered him. Why are you having contract negotiations not in public, basically, talking to the media about what you're doing? You should be talking to Micah Parsons and his people. I'm glad that Micah Parsons wants out, but I said it last year, and Larry, I said it. What did I say? The Cowboys should trade Micah Parsons. And y'all looked at me like I was crazy. A year later, here we are. The Dallas Cowboys need to do something with Micah Parsons to get maximum value, even though he's the best player on the team. And the problem is, he is the best player on the team. Arguably, you can make a case for, Diggs or Lamb or however you want to do it. But either way, he's probably he's easily your best defensive player, MVP candidate, defensive player of the year candidate. And Jerry Jones is treating him like garbage. Every day that it goes on, it just makes it worse. And the Dallas Cowboys is not a place where you want to play, because the Dallas Cowboys will not take care of you. And the Dallas Cowboys will treat you like a field hand.
Mm-hmm.
And you better talk to boss nice.
Yeah. It's wild sitting back and watching this whole thing unfold. We sit here on this network and talk about, why does everybody and their mother put a microphone in front of Jerry Jones? And Michael Parsons penned a letter, and his agent spoke about what's going on, and I'm not sure if this is even repairable, to be honest with you. Like, when you expose Jerry Jones and the Jones families for shady business, not wanting to talk to representation, lying about numbers and things of that nature, it makes it very difficult to do business. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like, we all have our own jobs here, and if we were working with an agency or a company that was shady and not, upright and honest with their numbers and their processes, we would think twice about going into work. And the thing is, he shows up and he does the thing. Like, again, having a podcast and being kicked out of the playoffs, it is what it is. But he's not out here street racing. He's not out here, putting his hands on women. He's not out here taking illegal substances.
Yeah, but he out here winning series. Ain't that what it's supposed to be in Dallas?
Winning is a team thing. Like, winning is a team thing. And so, and the thing is, he is the best player.
Don't do that.
He's the best player on the Cowboys. And Jerry refuses to pay him. Larry, talk to me. Where's your head at with this one, man?
I think, well, we want to stay on Michael Parsons, right?
You can go wherever you want, because I'm gonna go right back in on Jerry Jones when you finish.
Because I think Terry gonna get his money. I don't think he's gonna get the 33. He might be right about 30. I think he's gonna get his money because they're not that far apart. They're not that far apart at all.
Who, Terry?
Yeah, I think Terry McLaurin's gonna get his money. I don't think it's gonna be at that 33, but I think it might be around.
I don't think I had. Again, I live here. They are farther apart than you.
Well, they've had actual talks. Unlike,
I mean, they have spoken. Unlike Trey Henderson and Michael Parsons, they have actually spoken. But
they've exchanged. They've exchanged paper towels. With numbers on it. They've done that, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Remember when I said on the show, I was like, man, it's comical watching the Cowboys. Like, dude, I'm a 49ers fan, so y'all know me. You see Niners in the back. Hey, so anything Cowboys, I'm laughing my butt off at because it is comical. But it's even funnier because you're like, really? Like, man, this is some stuff that you would have thought would have been done. It's funny. It's funny to me because you be like, oh, well, they haven't even talked. And remember, Jerry was like, I don't even know who his agent is. How do you not know who the agent is? One of your best players?
Exactly. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, stop trying to play games.
I really think he got dementia, bro. I really think he do, bro.
Then get rid of the team. Have you started on it? Do something.
Yeah, he might got something going on, right? Because he is like what 100 or something.
He's 80. He's 80 years old. But that's inexcusable that you don't know the agent. You should be talking to him every day. His number should be saved in your phone.
I bet you every other GM have the agent of all their star players' number, and they can call them on speed dial at any given moment, right? I bet you. Hey, serious. I bet you. Khan had TJ's agent on speed dial.
On speed dial.
And like, bro. He probably calling that man every day. Hey, where you at? Where you at? Hey, we can do this. Hey, we can do that.
Yeah.
So even if it's one of those senior citizen flip phones, I bet you save that phone number in your phone.
Save that number in there, right? Because and Michael's his agent actually represents some pretty big people now. So it's like, bro, you should. It's some agents you should have their number on speed dial, right?
Right.
But I'm gonna go a little bit further with this, y'all, and maybe this is why I always look at it, right? Sometimes you got to call a spade, right? And this is where I'm gonna go. Y'all gonna think I'm going out of my mind when I say this, right?
I normally do.
Has Jerry Jones ever had a black head coach?
Nope.
Me and CK got into it, and I told CK, I said, CK, look at how many minorities are on Kyle Shanahan's staff. I said, look at how many minorities Kyle Shanahan has gotten head coach jobs. I said, look at how many minorities are in the 49ers front office, and they moved on to other jobs in the front office, right? Dude, there's not hardly any black or any minorities on their coaching staff. They have 2 minorities in their front office, bro. And everybody know that they basically are just, scapegoats, right? They don't make no decisions. It's that guy, I think his last name is like Flores or something like that. They actually, the Cowboys actually came up in that Brian Flores issue about how they do black coaches, and how his interview process was with Jerry, right? And I'm saying it to say this, right? Michael Parsons had to beg for his money. Trayvon Diggs had to beg for his money. Dak Prescott had to beg for his money.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Who's the tackle?
Michael Irvin at some point. Was Larry Allen.
Emmett, yeah.
Who was the tackle? Des Bryant. You had I don't know if it's Marion Barber. You had Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Like the list goes on.
On and on. But you know who didn't? Troy Aikman. Tony Romo.
Who's the guard? Who's the guard?
Guy who just retired?
The tight end
Jason Witten.
Witten didn't.
I'm saying the guard. Who's the guard?
He just retired.
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin.
What's up,
he paid him expeditiously.
Dude, he paid what's his name? Vanderslice, and that's how you say his name.
Vanderslice.
Yeah. Who stayed hurt. Stayed hurt. And I'm a fan of, sometimes you have to look at the common denominator, and the common denominator is that, and like I said, I'm not gonna say it's true. I'm not gonna say that I speak for the show, but it just, Jerry puts off the perception that white players get paid and black players have to beg for their money, because he has a history of it over and over and over and over again. And that's the sad part.
There is definitely that hint that you can't deny, but I'll take it a step back and just say that he's a horrible owner. This is the guy that when he bought the Cowboys pushed out one of the greatest coaches unceremoniously in Tom Landry. Had a great coach in Jimmy Johnson and forced him out. Like, had the relationship to the point where he didn't want to be there anymore, so he can get his own puppets like Campo and Barry and all these clowns. And then Emmitt Smith had to wait until week 2, week 3 to get his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did everything possible to ruin that to ruin that dynasty that should have won maybe 2 more Super Bowls. It goes on and on and on. Like, with all the contract disputes that he's run that organization poorly.
Bear, I'll go even further.
It's the most valuable franchise, but other than that, you strip that away.
Because people drink that Kool-Aid. But I'll go even further, and I'll let Steve jump in, because I know you just jumped in, Steve. But I'll go even further, right? And I'm gonna put this on y'all brain. Jerry Jones, bro. You know how Jerry is about selling. He's a showman. He's about the show, right?
Yeah.
He literally had Dion right there. Dion said, "I want to be I would love to be the Cowboys coach." You met with Dion. You went to dinner with Dion. You had what would have been a bigger show than Deion Sanders coming back to the Cowboys and coaching the Cowboys? And you know who you hired? Not Dion. You didn't even make Dion regardless if it's puppets or not, you didn't even make Dion an offer and see if Dion would have came in as a puppet. None of that. You didn't even make Dion.
Dion ain't gonna come in as no puppet, dog.
But I'm just saying, you didn't even make Dion the offer.
Dion would have been bigger than Jerry Jones. You think Jerry Jones is never gonna have that?
But Jerry, think about it. Jerry the showman. You know how Cowboys games gonna be sold out regardless. But you know how big he probably would have had at least 10 national televised games if Dion was the coach.
Yeah, but it would have been Dion as the star and not Jerry Jones.
Jerry loves the show, bro. He loves the show.
Yeah, because he has his own podcast. What are we talking about here?
And he could have had
he would have been the co-host on his own podcast, and he can't tolerate that.
Yeah, but Dion would have been the first black head coach too.
Yeah.
Coach, Larry, can I jump in here real quick, Larry, if you don't mind?
Go ahead, man. Hey, you
okay? The show, all right, yeah. Because it was like double Dutch. I was trying to find a.
Now you feel like you know,
to kind of get in. So it's like you were talking, then you stopped, and you were talking, and you stopped, and you were talking, and you stopped. But I'll say this just to kind of like keep the conversation going on what we're talking about here. I think Jerry Jones, it's more of a thing where it's like Jerry Jones is an old white man from Arkansas. Let's put that out there. Okay. So the way he look at things and the way he does his business, stuff like that, is in that old like Ozarks, upbringing and stuff like that. How he got his money, how he continues to do things. And when you look at it, it's skill players. He never had any problem paying like offensive line and stuff like that. I mean, the Cowboys dynasty that we were talking about earlier was built on one of the best offensive lines ever to play football. So those guys never had to worry about money, because the thing was, the reason why he felt like he didn't need to pay Emmitt Smith, because he's like, well, if I was running behind Eric Williams and Larry Allen and Mark Tuinei and all these guys, I could do that too. But then he realized very quickly, like, Emmitt's special, so you got to pay Emmitt the money. You know what I'm saying? It's like he let Alvin Harper and all these guys go and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's more so skill players than any kind of like a racism or anything like that. But I mean, because like, look, I'll say this, and honestly, I think Jerry Jones likes Deion too much for him to be his coach. He's like, you know what, Deion, maybe I like you too much because I like you. I don't want to ruin our relationship, because it's like, yeah, I'm a son of a bitch to work for. So it's like, Deion, I think I like you too much for you to be my coach. So if that might be a situation where, like, look, Deion probably was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, your shoes look kind of dusty there, Mr. Jones. He's not gonna do that. It's just, so that's that. The Cowboys, like you said, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. Like, I am going to watch this thing on Netflix. I don't care what anybody says. It's probably gonna be riveting. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be interesting, because it's like, to see, quote unquote, how the sausage was made. To see this stuff is like, whatever you say, you can say what you want about the Cowboys. It is like a train wreck. It is you rubber, when you see the car accident on the interstate, you look. You don't be like, oh my. So it's like, whatever. So I'm not gonna sit up here and like, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, no, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna laugh, because it's like, again, like you said, Barry, it's like, if Jerry Jones was a little bit more competent as an owner, Cowboys could have won at least 2 more Super Bowls. At least 2 more. Easy. That team was a machine. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they could have won at least 2 more Super Bowls. But just to get back to like what we're talking about, like with Michael Parsons and stuff like that, it's like Jerry Jones. It's funny how he'll say he doesn't like people negotiating in public, but then he negotiates in public. He doesn't like all this. I don't like you going on your podcast doing this, but yet you have your radio hit every week, Jerry. So it's like you're doing the thing that it's like, no, it's cute when I do it. You don't do it, but when I do it, it's fun. It's whimsical. It's like, I'm Mr. Jones. It's like, but when players do it, it's like, oh well, I just wish that we would keep things in house, because you don't want the curtain pulled back. Because you want it to be a one-sided thing where it's like, look at me, and then like, look at these players and stuff like that. Like, I mean, we being honest, we can go back to like the Kaepernick thing and stuff like that, where it's like, he looked so he was like, oh, they need to stand up. They need to stand up. Blah blah blah. It's just, okay, whatever. Nobody who plays for my team is gonna, And then finally, because it kind of got out of his control, he finally kind of like, literally bent the knee or whatever, like you want to call it. But I don't know. My whole process with this thing is like, Michael Parsons should be paid. He should be paid the going rate for a player of his caliber, and it seems like he's going to get his money. It's just like, I just don't like the fact that Jerry Jones has, like, and more so to what you were saying, Larry, Jerry Jones has this thing where he wants people to sing for their supper, instead of being like, this is a player who deserves money. CeeDee Lamb deserves his money. Michael Parsons deserves his money. Like, I don't like it. I never have like it. Now, if you want to put something else on there why he makes these particular players do that, is one thing. Because like, he couldn't wait to give at least half of Dak his money. So I mean,
dude, I'm gonna say this, Steve, dude, and if you think about it, right? Remember, all these players, Cowboy players, are like, oh, Jerry Jones takes care of his best players, right?
Lies.
When you name the 3 best edge rushers in the league, who you think about? TJ, Myles Garrett, and Micah freaking Parsons.
That's off the rip,
dude. Off the rip, bro. That's the three top players. Why? I'm gonna put it like this: That contract should have been done last year.
Bingo.
You shouldn't even gotten to
2
that.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, if you literally are naming this dude in the same breath as 3 players in the league, not on your team, in the league, it shouldn't even gotten to this point.
But that's how he operates, and he thinks it's going to be cute, and it's just going to it's bad business because you're going to pay more now than you would have 2 years ago. And like I said, now you got dudes are watching. CD Lamb already came out and said something. He tweeted what he had to tweet. Guys, they changed their profile pics in their X account. They notice this. The league talks. Nobody's gonna want to come play for Dallas unless they have to, because they know they ain't gonna get taken care of. Which is a shame because, let's be honest, Jerry Jones is loyal to his guys. Michael Irvin, I don't know what he's done to be still in Dallas' good graces, but we all know that house in Dallas was a transplant from the University of Miami, and he took all that nonsense from Miami and brought it to Dallas, and Jerry Jones still gave him a grace. So he's loyal to his guys, but it's such a weird kind of loyalty that it makes you like crazy. Makes you crazy.
Dude, even DeMarcus Lawrence already came out and he was like, bro, I'm tired of that dysfunction. He was like, bro, I had to get away from them. He was like, bro, I am. It's like,
he started talking last year when he left.
He said it last year,
Yeah, he says a breath of fresh air getting away from the Cowboys. Like that's bad when you got players that come out and say that. Like, yeah, dude, like real talk. Think about it. Like you the Cowboys, you supposed to be the most valuable franchise. Remember Jerry loved to say everybody would love to come play for the Cowboys. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And unless you drafted them, I don't know. I kind of love it though because, like I tell you, I got into this whole conversation with one of my friends about Drew Brees, and I was like, "Yeah, Drew Brees is gonna be the death of the Saints," and I love it because after you pay Michael Parsons, somebody gonna get cut. A lot of dude, they was like, even the people on TV are even talking about it now. They was like, so after you pay Micah, that means you can't pay no backup players, you can't sign no free agents off the street. That means that like next year, you probably gonna trade away a couple of draft picks next year because you can't sign them. We've seen Jerry do that. He didn't move back into the second round a couple of times because he's like, nah, I can't pay the 5 for that first round pick. Move back. I can do 2, but I can't do 5. But yeah, it's funny to me because I'm like, yeah, that's great. I want the Cowboys to suck. I want them to either suck so bad that they end up like in an 8th pick or a 9th pick, not the first pick. But I want them to suck that bad, or I want them to suck good enough to where they get to the playoffs, they get literally destroyed by anybody. I was laughing my butt off at Green Bay, beating the brakes off of them.
God don't make mistakes, and
nah,
I'm here for
that. And this is even the worst part about it, right? This is like I'm gonna echo what y'all two say about Jerry Jones being a bad owner, right? There's 2 things that are kind of the new way of doing business in the NFL because of the cap, right? You get a quarterback on a rookie deal, you can build around them, right? Get a good quarterback on a rookie deal, or you sign players early so in that way you're not resetting the market, right? Jerry Jones is doing the complete opposite. He's like, man, dude, that is crazy, bro. Like it's just not a good recipe to win. And you could literally walk. He could look right in his own division and see what the Eagles are doing there to a degree. Hey, your Giants are doing that same motto, bro. Hey, look, like you see what Washington is doing. You see the teams in your own division doing that, and Jerry's like, that's not the way I do business. Nah.
Such a dummy, man.
Funny,
He's such a funny guy.
Funny, bro, and that's crazy. It's gonna be real funny when they finish 4th in that division.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, man. The Giants are still in that division.
Hey, while you playing around, that Giants defense gonna look real nasty.
I mean, dude, you say what you want to, serious. I don't.
Hey, look, it's gonna be real funny when the Cowboys in 4th place.
With an 89 record. Before we touch the door, I wanted to give Coach an opportunity to talk. He popped in on the
Jordan Addison, Rasheed Rice thing. Did you want to touch anything on that, or did you want to let it die?
No, we can move on because I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, with the Addison Rasheed Rice thing, it's just the NFL does this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I feel like the Rice punishment or whatever, it'll come eventually. It'll come and then it'll get appealed down. They was like, okay, we'll start with 8. Then it'll get appealed down to 6, and then or whatever. Like that. It's like I don't know. It's just I think y'all covered it pretty well, so we can move on.
All right, say less. So we got preseason games starting this week, man. We got a lot to dive into, but one, Shador Sanders is getting the start on Friday night as he takes on the Carolina Panthers. The Cleveland Browns have submitted and released the depth chart, and again, I don't pay too much attention to that. But if you look at the depth chart, Shador Sanders is the 4th quarterback on said depth chart. You wanted to talk. I mean, Larry said we've been dancing around it for a while. I'm not too sure we've been dancing, but he wanted to.
Nothing to talk about a 4th-string quarterback. We ain't got time to talk about no.
Yeah,
not my point exactly. But Larry talking, man. I mean, what's your head up with all this, man? Like, you want to talk about a 4th-string quarterback? Be my guess.
I want to talk about it, but hey, look, if y'all want me to bat lead off, I'll bat lead off.
That lead off, bro. I do
that lead off, bro. Dude, did y'all see the training camp numbers from the 3 quarterbacks? Because
no, I don't pay attention to stuff. No, what's going on with that?
Kenny Pickett barely even played,
numbers.
Yeah. So they.
How did you feel? How did that sound better in your mind? And then, like, how did that feel coming out of your mouth, Larry? Training camp numbers.
Because that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because they've been keeping this
training camp numbers.
Dude, they've been keeping this stat.
Oh my bad. We talk about practice. We talk about training camp.
Hey, look, you got to remember, we in this new day and age where people keep stats on everything now. I didn't know if they actually keep the numbers, right?
Oh, jeez.
So they actually posted. Sirius, did you see it? I think Sirius saw it too. They actually posted the training camp numbers. You know who's looked the second best out of all 4 of their quarterbacks? Shador. But you got him listed 4th on the depth chart. 4th. Like, we all seen these time and time again. Well, we see these training camp standouts, right? You see these guys that come in and they're like, oh my God, this receiver, he just been torching the defense all practice. Oh my God, this guy's been, running laps around him. Oh, this guy's a tackling machine in practice, right? And we see that, and then you like, okay, well, this guy, he's probably gonna earn a starting position. He's probably gonna do this, right? How in the world do you got a guy who even before training camp started, they were doing a mini camp, and the beat reporters, they was like, Shador is looking like the real deal. He's looking like he's for one, they already said it a million times, he's head and shoulders above Dylan Gabriel. Head and shoulders above. Huh?
That's not saying much though.
But I'm just saying, if you're looking at, we're not talking about across the league. We're talking about if you're looking at the quarterbacks that are on your roster, right? And you say, okay, out of the 4 quarterbacks that I have, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? They was already saying he's looking shoulders above Dylan Gabriel. But then when the depth chart comes out, he's 4th. Make that make sense, like you say, Sirius.
Because it's a preseason depth chart. It doesn't mean anything.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But then they actually started practicing, and they like, oh my God, he's basically okay. Joe Flacco's gonna look like Joe Flacco. He's the vet. So Joe Flacco's looked the best out of all 4, but your second best is gonna be Shador, right? This is the part that irks me. It's like time and time again, and even the owner came out and was like, oh well, I didn't want to draft him. You're steady doing things to undermine this dude. And I get it, regardless of who his daddy is or whatever he was, bravado, all this other stuff, right? I'm a fan of when camp break, you find out who can play and who can't play. You find out who's going to get playing time, who not going to get playing time. And now that they backdoored and they saying the only reason why he's going to be the starter is because the other quarterbacks are hurt. Come on, Cleveland, man. Why are you doing Cleveland? Like, I see what you say, Sirius. Like, why are y'all doing the most stupidest asinine Cleveland type?
You be doing Cleveland type stuff, bro.
It's like, dude, real talk, dude, Barry. I tell you, man, people gonna be surprised by these Giants, bro. I actually was reading the beat reporters. They were talking about Scatterboo, and they was like, look, he been hurt, but they was like, when he played and he been practicing, hey, him and Tracy gonna be splitting some reps, bro.
Yeah, so the tape I can't looks good that they put on socials, but we'll see how it turns out. But I'm not gonna put stock in it, Larry. Like, honestly, I understand what you're saying. I understand, like, all right, why is he fourth on the depth chart? Because that's where he was drafted, as fourth on the depth chart.
You gotta think about it. We've seen this before where guys do that. This is in training. To me, I feel like mini camp and training camp is where you earn reps and is where you move your way up the depth chart, right? We've seen it time and time again. This is where you see these guys that were late picks and they end up starting the season, or they were late picks and they ended up being the backup or the second or second, right? Look, you gotta remember, I got one guy on my team right now, Brock Purdy. They said off rip, like Trey Lance was gonna be the starter because Trey Lance was the which guy, but Brock was second. Brock was a late pick, but they was like, no, Brock knows that offense, and he was the backup. He worked his way up.
I think honestly, if we get into the end of this month and Shedeur hasn't solidified himself as the number 2 guy, or whatever the case may be, then I will give more stock into this argument. I mean, this week is his first NFL game. Let's keep it a bean. Like, the Cleveland Browns are playing the New England Patriots. Good test for him, to be honest with you, because Rabel's going to throw some stuff at him. Yeah. But the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns are playing.
Well, and this is where I'm even go, and I'm gonna kick it around to the rest of y'all, right? Yeah. I wouldn't have a problem with it if you got your 2 vets, you got Pickett and you got Flacco, and you say, okay, Flacco's the starter, Pickett's the backup, they the vets, right? But when you just break down the training camp reports, the what is it, the OTAs and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the hell is Shedeur listed behind Dylan Gabriel?
Because that's where he was drafted.
He's earned his way up to at least the third. At least
he was like this is according to Larry though. Like, this is according to Larry.
If I outplay you in training camp so far, I should be third.
So check this out. The statistics that you speak of are team-centered points or team-centered bullets that they push. Okay, we don't know what's going on in the meeting rooms. We don't know what's going on in the weight rooms. We don't know how he's breaking down things. None of that. And so to sit here and discredit Dylan Gabriel off of just training camp fodder for fans is kind of a little bit outrageous. Now, again, we will learn a lot about Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Will Howard, Cam Scatterboo, name that Texas wide receiver. We're going to learn a lot about them. Yeah. We're going to learn a lot about them this upcoming week, and preseason, because they're catching live bullets. And, it's very easy and again, I love my dad. Those of you guys know I was at training camp all weekend. And I'm like, Will Howard good. He looked really, really good. Dad goes, Aaron, he's throwing against 3s and 4s. Don't get excited just yet. And so Shedeur Sanders, in that same respect, is throwing against 3s and 4s and whatever the case may be. Let's see what he does when he catches some 1s this week.
But has Will Howard earned his way to be, I'm gonna say, number 3?
Yeah, he's a number 3 quarterback. Because
he earned it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's where he was drafted though. You feel me?
No, but you got two vets ahead of him though. You got
my point exactly.
My point exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
That's what Will Howard is. Like, Skylar Thompson's the 4th string quarterback, so you can't use.
You're proving my point.
Because here's the thing: Dylan Gabriel was drafted ahead of him, bro.
But he's earned his way ahead of a vet. Skylar Thompson has actually had some pretty good games in this league against 1s. So for Will Howard, he had to put something on tape to earn his way to that number 3. So if Shedeur is outplaying Dylan Gabriel, he should at least be in the 3 spot, bro. At least in the 3.
He's outplaying Dylan Gabriel according to made up stats. Well, not made up stats, but like preseason stats and and buzz and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, and I hate to say this, but it's just like, look, I'm going to say this.
I think he fell for the okie doke. I'll be honest.
Well, no,
I'm going to say
this.
this.
I'll go even further.
No, Larry, I'm going to say this, and then you can get back in. It's like, Sirius alluded to it earlier. It's like we're not in camp. We're not in meetings. We're not there. So it's like, again, if you want to go based on what you're hearing from reporters and stuff like that, which beat reporters are very important to like passing on news from teams because they usually hear it from somebody in the team or they're usually there to see it. But even the most in-tune beat reporter doesn't see everything that goes on at camp. So I take stuff like that, especially this time of year, with a grain of salt. So we will see. It's like, I just think at the end of the day, they're literally slotting the quarterbacks, like Sirius said, like Flacco, Pickett, the vets. Dylan Gabriel was drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders. However you feel about that, I literally think they're just slotted that way, like that. Now again, practice again. Practice is important. We love practice. But we will see. We will see here after this weekend. If Shedeur Sanders goes out there and shows himself well, and he's still fourth on the depth chart, then maybe there's something up. Maybe there's some fire where that smoke is. But for me right now here, I don't put a whole lot of stock into the depth chart because they literally are probably just like, all right, well, Flacco's a starter, Pickett's the backup, and then we drafted Gabriel first, and then whatever. Because right now that doesn't matter. Reps matter. Like tape matters, like these meetings matter. None of that other stuff really matters to me, not right now. So we'll see.
And I'm gonna say this, right? And that y'all may not agree with me. Who had a better college career?
Doesn't matter.
Shedeur. Who's the more polished vet? Shedeur.
He's not a vet. He's a rookie, just like Dylan Gabriel.
Shedeur actually should have been a first round pick. We all know,
but he wasn't.
He wasn't, bro.
And I get it. I get it. People look at it like that. But if you've had that type of college career, you're the more polished vet. You're showing it to me on tape. Then he should have been at least ahead of Dylan Gabriel. That's just how I look at it.
I mean, but that's subjective. Like Coach said, like let's give it a game or two.
Dude, I actually watched the
passing judgment.
Dude, I actually watched the film. I watched the film, and Dylan Gabriel's been throwing
practice. Like
Dylan
everybody looks
throwing
good in practice. Everybody. Like, what are we talking about?
Bear, you know why I'm saying
you're running against the same defense.
You watching the film or you watching what they showing on ESPN and NFL?
No. I watched the.
You got the all 22?
No, I watched the tape. On.
You watch the Ocho? You watch the Ocho?
But I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? And this is why I say what I'll say, right? I the same way I got into it with a guy the other day, and he was like, "Oh, Trey Lance look like garbage at the Niners. He's finally looking." I say, "No, bro. If you watch Trey Lance before he got hurt, he would have been starting. You probably wouldn't have heard of Purdy because that's how Trey Lance looked before he got hurt. Dallas never gave him an opportunity to play, but Trey Lance actually looked really. His deep ball was always his thing. He added the touch, but Trey Lance has been looking like that. Trey Lance looked like that in practice. Trey Lance looked like that on the tape going into the season that he got hurt. He got hurt in the first game. That's when Brock came in. And I'm saying it to say that if you got guys like a Shedeur and you see how he looked in practice, you have to move him up. If you see a guy come in and he, like you say, he playing against the 3s and 4s, he killing the 3s and 4s. Maybe we need to move him up and have him play against the 2s and 3s. Oh, he killing the 2s and 3s. Now we got to move him up. If he goes into this game and he looks, I'm gonna say decent, because I don't expect a lot from him because he's still a rookie. But if he looks decent against ones, and he's already been killing 2s and 3s in practices, and he's back to 4th, I'm gonna be like, serious. Yeah, you're right. The Browns doing Brown stupid stuff.
I understand what you're saying, but like honestly, I don't care. I really don't care. Like at the end of the day, it's the games haven't even been played yet. Like everybody looks good against like shells, no pads. You don't even have defensive linemen. It's practice. You've been practicing against the same defense for months since OTAs and all that stuff. So I'm not going to put stock in it. Give it some time. If after a couple weeks he's still a 4 but he looks really like a number 1 on the field, we got a discussion to have.
Well,
But
man,
right
you know
now,
what?
I'm not into the conspiracy theory.
Hey,
I'm glad he's
I'm gonna put it
starting.
like this,
I'm glad
right?
he's with the ones. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity. He should be happy, glad as a 4th-string quarterback. He's getting an opportunity to get reps with the ones to start the game. Let's be honest.
I'm not saying that because he's Louis Sanders and he had an amazing college career.
He's not a 1st-round pick. He was drafted as a 2nd quarterback to a team in the draft. He should be damn happy that he's got.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I'm going to
I'm
say
going to
that.
say what happened.
Is that not what happened?
But I'm just saying, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because if I was to do it, I'd be like, look, y'all screwed me and I'm about to prove y'all wrong. That's how I would.
Good. That's all the motivation.
How did he get screwed?
Dude, come on, bro. Shadour's career, he should have never failed past the 2nd round, bro. You seen guys with
you know what? We can get into this whole discussion, Larry. If you're not prepared for an interview, you don't deserve a job.
Dude, it's guys that literally went in the league who couldn't read.
A job interview and Tim's
it's dudes that went in the league who couldn't read.
They're gonna hire you? Come on,
dude. I'll go even further, dude. Remember, even Vince Young in the 1st round, they was like his Wonder League score was one of the worst ever. And he still win the 1st round, bro. Like, dude, miss me on that, bro. Like I say, if I'm Shadour, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong. The Browns, I'm not saying that it's a conspiracy. I'm saying the Browns are fumbling this. Even if you find a gem, it don't matter what round you find a gem in.
How are the Browns fumbling this? Explain that.
Because if you find a gem, and we don't
know he's the gem yet.
Look at the tape. Looks like they found a 5th round gem. You do not have this dude 4th on your depth chart. I'll go even further.
It doesn't matter, Larry. It doesn't matter. Me, Sirius, and Barry are trying to tell you this shit does not matter. It doesn't matter, Larry. Right? They haven't even played a game yet. None of this matters.
Maybe I'm just different, y'all. And Steve, you from the H, and you know how we feel about football down here. You could have a guy, and you play high school football, and you have this dude that's on the JV team. He killing them in practice. You know what happens? That guy gets moved up to varsity, bro. You can have a guy who's a freshman, and he's killing the freshman in practice, and you know what happened? He gets moved up to JV. They don't.
So this is high school football we're talking about, dude, not the NFL.
Over and over.
You know, it's a little bit different situation.
It happens in college. Why do you think these guys are transferring? Why do you think these guys are on like 50? Malik Murphy's on his 3rd team because he knew he wasn't going to start, and he was like, "Let me transfer up out of here." These guys do it in college. You get into practice, and in college don't have preseason games either. College they practice it, and the guy was like, "You know what? Hey, this guy looking better in practice than this guy." And that guy that's falling down that depth chart in practice, you know what he say? I think I might want to hit this portal real quick. Yeah. Dude.
Larry, I'm gonna say this because nobody else is saying it. Look, you have been all over the place with this argument, bro. It's like it is. This is.
I'm not over the place.
because like you talking about Vince Young's Wonder League score, you talking about Shadour's college career.
Because Barry said about your house doing bad on interviews. It's been got. Would you rather, if you're looking at a guy doing an interview, would you want a guy who had a bad interview or a guy that's stupid? Which one would you hire?
You have the answers to the quiz. You have the answers to the test, and he still screwed it up. Why would you hire somebody like that? Like, come on, man. You don't care what he did.
They drafted guys who could not showed up, and he
should have been drafted.
They've hired guys who couldn't pass the aptitude test. Everybody knows that aptitude test when you do a job interview.
When you show up, you interview poorly, and then you you know what, man, I'm him. You just need to draft me. Come on, man.
You would rather have a guy who interview well.
Yourself. You did it to yourself.
But it's guys who interview well and can't pass the test. And they still drafted him. That's my argument, dude.
They drafted him.
Then how did that work out? How did Vince Young work out? How did Vince Young work out?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're moving.
Ben couldn't read the defense to save his life.
You got so many.
But he went in the
it
first.
was a defense,
But he went in the first.
But he went the first time, but he couldn't read defenses, and it didn't last long.
But it's
like I said, none of that matters to me, and that's the thing. Like the big thing that I take away from this, like again, they haven't even played the game yet. It's like we can. Like, I would love to revisit this in a couple of weeks. If he's still fourth on the depth chart, we still but right now, baby, right now is not the time. Like it's just I don't know.
He's starting. That's the main thing I care about. He's starting. Let him see what he can do. Because if he plays like he played in college, bro, dude, that dude is a gamer and he's gonna play. It'll be really hilarious if the Browns fumble it. That'll be hilarious.
It's gonna be the Browns.
That's what the Browns do.
It's the Browns, so expect the fumble to come.
When's the last time they had a good quarterback? Otto Graham?
Because I can tell you,
Baker was pretty good.
Because I can tell you how it is right now.
Baker was good. Baker was good for him, and then they decided to let him go.
Yeah.
Well, they kept switching.
Bernie Kosar.
Bernie Kosar. Let's go with Bernie Kosar. Bernie Kosar. Last great Browns quarterback. Bernie Kosar.
I'll say this though, because they was talking about, well, he's a 5th round pick, and I'm agree with what y'all saying. Oh, he's a 5th round pick. Oh, treat him like a 5th round pick. He was a 5th round pick, right? I can bet you right now, if they cut him, it will be 2.1 seconds before he gets claimed.
And
because that's the first thing they keep talking about. He's a 5th round pick. So if you're gonna treat him like a 5th round pick and 5th round picks get cut, I can bet you right now, if they cut him, he's gonna be on the waiver wire about 2 seconds.
But nobody cares where you get drafted as long as you
it doesn't matter where he got
I just said that though, Barry. I just
no, you didn't. You don't make it like he shouldn't have been in the first round. Like you like I'm with Steve on this, man. You bouncing all over the place.
But I'm agreeing with you, bro. If you saying it don't matter where you get drafted, that's what I just said. It don't matter where you get drafted at. If you prove yourself in camp, you should be moved up the depth chart. Why is he not moved up the depth chart?
They're not going to move him up the depth chart now, Larry. They're going to move him up the depth chart. They're going to do whatever like that after. They look at the film and act stuff like that, and none of it, like I said, none of it really matters now. It's just like, Larry, I honestly, and I will say this again, I honestly feel like this situation with Shedeur Sanders is just maybe trying to test his mettle. You know what I'm saying? He's had everything handed to him his whole life, and they want him to earn it. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, thinks that's what it is. They see that. They see Shedeur is talented. They know he doesn't. They know he has the tools and stuff like that. But it's just like his attitude and his work ethic and everything else. And they're trying to establish that. I honestly feel that's what it is. I don't feel like they think he stinks. They probably realize like, oh yeah, he's probably better than Gabriel or whatever like that. But I just feel like this is the Browns maybe being a little bit too heavy-handed with it, but I think they're trying to get him to quote-unquote earn it.
I agree with you. But because it's not the work ethic, dude. The first thing they said, he had already had the playbook when he got drafted. They was like, he was the first one at camp. He was the first one at mini camp. He was the first one at training camp. He's been, it's not his work ethic, bro. I just think, like you say, Steve, they trying to humble him a little bit, like you say. Maybe everything has been handed to him. Maybe, like I said, he been a starter since what, 3rd grade or something. He been able to go wherever he want to go and make all the money he gonna make. I think that they maybe ought to be a little too heavy-handed with him. I agree with you, Steve. But it's not the work ethic. It's not, the talent. It's nothing like that. Maybe they are just trying to, prove a lesson. They need to, loosen. It's like being a parent, man. Sometimes you gotta know when to be the bad parent and when, to be the good parent. You can't always be the bad parent all the time.
And this is you trusting the Browns to do the right thing.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I think they gonna mess it up. Yeah,
they're gonna fumble the bag. They're gonna fumble that. With that being said, moving right along, man, we got 4 teams represented here. I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to talk about what you've seen in training camp thus far. Villain, I'll be honest with you, bro. Between watching what Adriana's been posting and watching it myself, man, some fun stuff going on in New York camp, man. What you see, man? What you like?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Don't watch that shit. Like, dude, seriously,
okay.
Like, come on, man. Like, listen.
Thank you.
I watched what's my name? Russell Wilson mic'd up today talking, and they just show the highlights of him making good passes, dapping up people. What I see in training. I don't care. Next.
Okay, say less. You feel the same way, Coach? You don't care?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like nobody get hurt.
Yeah, that's it.
Nobody get hurt.
I had a scare with Malik Neighbors, right, Steve?
Yeah,
Like he had the shoulder thing, and then the next day he's at practice.
It's like
it's
nobody gets hurt. I saw someone, and this is what irks me about fans and this time of year. It's like everybody's so hungry for football. I get it. I love football too, but it's like y'all was not that excited for the Hall of Fame game. Okay, you were not. Okay, like I just refuse to believe that you were that excited.
I was.
And then I'll say this. So, man, look, CJ, don't get hurt. Please. Everybody be careful out there down in H-Town. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're hydrating. It's hot down there. Make sure you're drinking water, like I say every week. You know what I'm saying? You know, these are things that I care about. I don't care about all that other stuff. Because I saw somebody was like Graham Mertz, who's going to be like the third string quarterback, was like leading the huddle, and CJ Stroud was over there like just chilling on the bench. Somebody like, see, this is Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz is taking control of it. Like CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Like no.
Yeah. I feel you. Larry, talk to me. Where's your head at, man? You see anything you like?
So this is the thing that I like about training camp, bro. So maybe that's why I watch Hard Knocks, bro. But maybe I like training camp because it kind of gives you some perspective on, you know, how these draft picks are gonna look like. You know, it gives you some perspectives of, you know, like how things are kind of shaping up. Like Steve, you know, one of the most concerning things, I'm here in Texas, and you know, Texas is like my B team, that line, and they trying to figure out, is it the line not being as good, or is it that Daniil and Anderson are just killing them?
It's a little bit of both. I mean,
So you know, it is one of them things. If you see the Texans make another trade for another lineman, because we saw a trade today. Yeah, because obviously something came out in that camp, and Wisconsin was like, no, we need another cornerback over here. You know, hey, we need another one. So it's things like that come out, and you know, I don't want to see CJ running for his life again. I don't want to see that. You know. Jalen, the first Jalen they drafted, I've been seeing a report that he's been looking really good in camp. So it's things like that I pay attention to, because this is where you see them guys, like you said, that you wondering like, man, why is this dude starting on this team? Yeah, because he earned it in camp. Because I remember, we don't get 4 preseason games anymore. We get 3. Yeah. Well, really like 2, maybe 1.5. Because that third one, nobody's playing but the guys who bubble on the roster. The first one, you know, is going to be maybe a starter play one game.
And the second one is the dress rehearsal. So
you don't really get them. So I want to see stuff like that. Barry, like I said, I've been, for some reason, I think these phones be watching us, because as soon as we start talking Giants, I start getting all kinds of Giants stuff coming across my feed. And one of the things that I have been seeing on the beat reporters is that Giants defense is, that front 7 is looking real good, man. Real good. So you know, we'll see how that play out. My Niners, I'm like, Steve, everybody just stay healthy. Just stay healthy, please. Please stay healthy. Look, hey,
I don't think it's gonna help.
What's the word with Brandon Ayuk, man?
He's in camp. He's just helping out everybody else. He don't even have a ETA right now. Because you know, he got hurt. I think that was like week 5 or something. So he's gonna be out for a little bit. But he's in camp, and he's helping out all the other guys. Like I said, I just want everybody to stay healthy with the Niners. You're probably not gonna see nobody really playing that much. They over here talking about Mac Jones looking real good. He completed like 15 straight passes in practice.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Yeah. Who Mike Jones? Who Mac Jones? Who? Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Now, Larry, something that I did see.
Hey,
something that I did see that I want to talk to you about as the resident Niners fan is like, man, CMC needs to slow down. I know he anxious. I know he been trying at the bit to play football. He needs to slow down.
They're gonna throw him. They had to throw him down because
he needs to slow down.
Because Garindo's hurt, so Garindo's gonna be out about a month. Yeah. So they're gonna have to throttle him down a little bit and see, because he, like I say, I think if him and Garindo stay healthy, they're gonna probably lead the league in rushing.
That's gonna be wild if they both stay healthy. But like I saw him just flying around. I'm like, you need to sit down.
But you know, it's some guys that don't know what 50 mean. They only know what 0 to 100
It's just all
it's
gas,
all
no
gas,
brakes.
no
Yeah.
brakes. Yeah. Like, you know, that's all they know. Yeah, MVP.
AB, AB, man, I swear to goodness, if that gets on my nerve.
Hey, look, don't get me started because, hey, Sirius probably about to have an aneurysm with Broderick Jones. You better be
Yo, so you guys know I was in training camp all week last week, man. That was one of the most depressing things that I see.
I told you, Barry John's got a trade for you.
No, man. So Serious, I don't have to tell you. Darnell Washington, God bless him. He's the extra left tackle. He has to babysit Broderick Jones over there. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's like I remember when everybody was so excited for Broderick Jones, and I was too.
I was.
And now it's like you had to get Jonnu Smith because Freiermuth and Smith will be your pass catching tight ends, and like Darnell Washington has to babysit Broderick Jones over there.
He has to block. He has to
play. He's extra tackle, and I'm to the point where it's like, you know what, Darnell is like, baby, why don't you just put on a few more pounds and let because
man. Hey, Steve, that's one thing I do like about Nick. Nick was like, "Hey, Kenya, man, it ain't working over here, bro. Hey, we gotta get you on the first Philly, the first smoke in the Philly. We gotta get you out of
here." It's bad. It is bad, and it's like, look, I live here in Pittsburgh. I mean, y'all know I live here, and it's like every day, and I don't have to tell you, every day is just like, boy, we got this elderly quarterback. And this is who we have at left tackle. How did this happen? How did we allow this? How did we allow the most important?
How did we get here? How did we get here?
How did we get here? How did we allow this to happen? It's just.
I'll be honest with you, it was one of the most depressing things that I watched all weekend.
Getting beat like a drum.
I mean, my rookie beat him up. Both my rookies beat him up. He lined up against TJ. TJ made him look silly as he does. But
TJ make everybody look.
But Jack Sawyer had him in hell.
Jack Sawyer is a menace. Like real talk. Like it was weird because like I can't stand Ohio State. I can't stand Ohio State guys. Jack Sawyer is going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem.
If you knew football, you knew ball, you knew that dude was going to be a problem on that defense.
He's going to be a problem, and I'm glad we got him. But like sitting there watching the squad turn it full circle. Couple things that I took out of camp. We're gonna
Rodgers for MVP.
Broderick Jones.
You know what? I'm not even doing that. We are going to be in trouble if Aaron Rodgers does not connect with his deep ball. Because the chemistry between DK isn't very deep. The chemistry between he and Calvin isn't very deep. The chemistry between he and Roman or he and Robert Woods, it doesn't look good. Mason Rudolph, he looks good. Will Howard, again, to my dad's point, looked good. Skylar Thompson was throwing some dimes across the middle of the field. One of the things that I liked about what I saw, which was different from last year, is that we worked the middle of the field a lot more than we have in times past. Now, offensive line couldn't block nobody, so Jalen Warren looked bad. My boy Johnson, the rookie we picked up from Iowa, he looked bad. Kenny Gainwell was making people miss in the backfield before he even got started because of offensive line. It was just bad. Defensively, I'm not saying this to speak hyperbole. I'm not saying this to be a homer. I don't know how people score against us this year if we stay healthy.
Week 12 and beyond.
I don't know how people score.
Week 12 and beyond. Yeah, because y'all didn't get that much younger. Y'all still older, and
I mean, honestly, I'll put you like this. We got younger in our defense front. We drafted nothing but big uglies up there. We picked up Sawyer. Nick Herbig's coming into his second year. Alex Highsmith is not that old. Obviously, TJ is TJ. But in our secondary, if Joey Porter Jr., who didn't dress and participate when I was there because he was hurt, but if Joey Porter Jr. can keep his pass interference and a defensive holding stuff down,
I expect our secondary to be significantly better. Jalen Ramsey is worth the price of admission. That dude is nasty. And I did like what I saw from our secondary. So all things considered, we play Friday versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Curious to see how they look versus live bodies. But I like what I saw coming out of camp, offensive line notwithstanding. That offensive line is going to be a problem. And it's going to get A-Rod kid.
It's a situation where, like you said, like, I mean, again, me living in Pittsburgh, talking with Steelers fans, stuff like that. I told somebody today, I was like, the Steelers are going to win 20-13,
Yep.
20, 17-10. Like, it's going to look like it's going to have to be old school Steeler football, with the exception of, like, they're not going to be able to really run the football.
Nope.
They're not.
It's dink and dunk in the middle of the field. It's dink and dunk.
Yeah, they're not. I don't see how they're going to be able to consistently. And you don't want Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 30, 35, 40 times a game. You don't want that. So they need to do something, because, like, that offensive line as it's constructed now, like, people going to be in Jalen Warren's lap and they're going to be in Gainwell's lap before they even get a chance to say, go. So It's just. I don't know, man. I don't think the key to success for the Steelers is Rodgers throwing the ball a whole bunch, but they might have to.
We may. I mean, put him in shotgun, give him some time to read some stuff. I mean, DK is a dog. Like, you seen the pictures, getting up close and personal with that man. Like, his muscle got muscle, so he's a monster. But again, with that being said, if he can't get open because in 2.5 seconds his quarterback running for his life because offensive line can't block anybody. So,
even worse, he getting doubled because they still ain't established who that number 2 is.
Right.
Are they rolling coverage his way because they still ain't established who that number 2 is?
I mean, they're gonna have to roll coverage. I mean, we in my opinion, again, I love my dad, you know what I'm saying, but in my opinion, we are in the same position this year that we were in last year. We don't have a solid number 2. We have an offense that has gotten older with the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers. We have an offensive line that, for the most part, struggles in pass pro. And I have a starting tackle who is getting beat like he stole something. We are in some serious trouble offensively.
Man, that man getting beat by his kids at home. You're like, Daddy.
It's bad. It's bad. Like I said, because I was talking with the missus, who is a lifelong Steelers fan, as y'all know, and it's just like, she's like, it's awful. She said he needs a chaperone to play left tackle.
Yeah, you need a chaperone.
Hey, I'm playing this. He's like, what's the dude on the Texans that I get complaining about, Steve?
Kendrick Green?
Nah, Howard. Howard, dude. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, I hate to say it, like my homeboy said, he too light in the ass to be playing online. And dude, it's bad when you watch Texans game and they're like, they gotta roll coverage. They gotta have a tight end stay in and chip for him because he's that bad. It's bad, and it's.
And we drafted him in the first round too. That's the problem.
Because it's one of the things where it's like it gets down to the nitty gritty. It's like, in series, you saw it up front. His technique stinks. His feet are bad. Like he plays small for a guy as big as he is. He plays small. It's just like he doesn't really it's like. It's not like he has short arms. It's like I remember, I wish Breaking News was here. So I'm like, Breaking News, what's Broderick Jones' arm length? You know what I'm saying? But it's like he alligator arms it. He lets guys get into him instead of like keeping them at bay. And then and then he thinks he's just so strong that when guys get into him, that he can just push them away. You know, and he can't do that.
It's like all these Alabama and Georgia guys. You know, they beat guys on
he's a Georgia guy. You know
the Georgia guys. They beat guys in college on talent, but when you get to the pros, it ain't all about beating guys just on talent. You gotta have technique. You gotta have footwork. These pass rushers, they know how to use swim moves and all this other stuff to beat you. And you have to do something more than just I'm big and I'm strong and I can push you around, because when you reach he didn't win under you.
Well, I mean, look, at least he don't have to play like Myles Garrett twice a year, nothing like that.
Nothing like that
at all. Like that Ravens defense. At least he don't have to do that, right? So that's good.
I mean, Trey Henderson's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, Trey Henderson's not going to be there, but I mean,
you hope Trey lines up on the other side, Hey, but I will say this, Steve, dude, and like to go against what you said. I was actually excited for the first game, bro. And the reason why I was excited, bro, because I feel like, man, as a deep down Niner fan, bro, I just feel like Trey, the best thing for him was going to Harbaugh. And will he get a lot of playing time? Probably not, because Herbert don't miss games. But I want to see that guy develop into, at least a solid number 2. Because I've seen, the preseason games he played with the Niners. He has the talent. People forget it. He missed the whole season of college football, and then he kept getting hurt with the Niners. That was the whole deal. It was like, well, he's getting hurt, and then Brock stepped up, and it was pissing me off. Like I said, I'm getting into guys because they was like, oh, well, he's never looked that good. I was like, he has. It was a disservice to him what Jerry Jones did to him. Like, he should have played that last game. He should have started that last game. Jerry Jones never gave him an opportunity to play. Even when that got hurt, remember, it was like, oh no, we're not even gonna see what we got in trade. So it was like, what was the purpose of you trading away a pick to get a guy that you don't let him play? And I was more excited because I wanted to see Trey play versus just have, some people was excited because football was back. Once they announced that Trey was going to start, I'm like, yeah, I'm watching that game. And then they said he was going to play into the third quarter. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch that game. So I'm going to watch it. And while people are slipping, I literally, like I say, sometimes you get into it with these people and you have these conversations, and I keep telling them, I say, dude, that division is going to be a whole lot better than people think.
No. Anybody who knows the AFC West is going to be a battle royal. That's going to be a tough division. It's going to be tough.
Dude. And the Chargers just picked back up Keenan Allen too.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, Keenan Allen ain't playing that Harbaugh offense, dude. Yeah, that's gonna be a whole different. It's gonna be a whole different ball game in that.
Yeah,
AFC
I don't think anybody like who really like knows like would be shocked because it's like you have the Chiefs, of course. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. I mean, look, I might be out here on the island by myself. I like the Broncos. I know. I really like the Broncos.
They were in the playoffs last year.
He's got lucky against them.
Yeah, I like the Broncos. That defense they fly around. They're nasty, man. Look,
they were a playoff team last year. I don't think people give them enough credit.
Yeah, the Broncos are nice with it, man. I just I think you're not gonna get a week off in that division. Like I said, the Raiders, look, Pete Carroll doing wind sprints on the sideline. He gonna have them playing hard and have them ready.
He was tackling offensive lineman today. He's tackling off 70-year-old Pete Carroll tackling offensive lineman.
Pete Carroll's crazy. He's insane. But AFC West from top to bottom is going to be a pretty good division because and the Chargers are like the wild card because you just don't know what you're going to get from the Chargers on a week-to-week basis. So we'll see.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I wanted to see Trey play, and I wanted to see Trey do good, and he did good.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm not feeling the best, so I'm gonna get out of here, man. We got a show. If you only know. I want to thank you guys for coming by, kicking it with us, man. We got a show tomorrow recapping SummerSlam, so definitely check that out. Coach, man, good to see you, man. Get us out of here, big dog.
All right, man. Look, if you see the link, share the link. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get a chance to come in here, it's a pleasure. Another successful boardroom meeting. I don't know if it's all the ACC network I've been watching lately, but yes, as you see my name, Virginia is winning 7 games this year, baby. Let's go, Virginia. Let's go, Who's, baby. Why? Let's go, baby. Anyway, I like I said, it's steeping into my brain all this ACC talk. But anyway, look, you already know, man. God is good.
Yes, sir. All the
time. Make sure to drink your water. Like I said earlier, it's hot. You gotta go out here, make sure you drink your water. And of course, get them dubs up. Wu-Tang is for the children. See y'all tomorrow? Question mark.
We'll see. Good to see you, man. Thanks for getting with us, man. You know what to do. Get us out of here, big dog.
Hey, man, I'm gonna just say, man, it's always a pleasure, like always, bro. I'll say this, man. Hey, I said it before the show started, but I got to give y'all boys y'all props, man. I'm not a big WWE or WWE or WWE or WWF. What's the correct term now?
WWE.
WWE. Yeah, I'm not a
WWE.
big WWE fan, but I do tune in to support my boys, man. They've been doing their thing on the show, man. Love it. Like I said, I jump in. That's what me and Steve was talking about, the double Dutch. Yeah, because he was bited the bit to get in.
That was hard work.
Yeah, he was trying to get in, but yeah, like I say, y'all keep giving y'all thing, man. I like to give props when props is due, and we gonna keep that momentum going. And I'm out, man. Get better, serious. Quit being a baby, bro.
Jeez, all right, big dog.
I've been on the show sick, bro, and pushed through it, man, and it was not a problem, bro. Push through,
okay.
man.
All right,
Barry, you a football player. What you do? You push through, right?
I want to go.
Push through.
I'm gonna call my mom and give me some soup. I love y'all guys. Villain, talk to me, my man. Get us out of here.
Yeah, no, great show. Villain's tired too, but glad to do a show with you guys. Be here tomorrow doing the WWE backstage business, and then Stacy and I will be on stuff about sports on Thursday. Co-starring with those guys over there. Reached out and they want to chop it up, talk some wrestling. So a lot of wrestling we doing on here, but this is our core show. We love talking all things sports, and a lot of people are feeling us right now. So just keep sharing the show, watch the show. People check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, what have you. So nothing but big things ahead, baby. Get some soup. Just take a nap. You simple
nap. Exactly. Get out my line. Yo, man, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a pleasure doing this show. Like my man Villain alluded to, tomorrow night we're going to be right back in this building, talking everything that took place on SummerSlam, man. Shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us, my mans over at Nonsense Deep Thoughts, man. Thank you for kicking it with us. My man Aaron and Jared and all those guys, man. Yo, check out the show, my man. I'm gonna have Villain posted on our socials on Thursday. He and Stacy gonna be doing a combined show. So looking forward to that. I got some stuff working with the Playbook podcast. My man Trey is running that out of Texas. So I'm looking forward to partnering with them guys and talking everything sports. As I always say, man, this table is big enough for everybody, man. Just get in where you fit in. Yeah, man. With that being said, God is good, even though sometimes people aren't, man. God bless. Catch you on the next one. Peace.